So today I just felt like giving you my 10 factors that I really follow, and these factors will actually make you or break you in this crypto market. They are a little bit emotional, but I think when you follow them, you get to make the right crypto investment decisions. My name is Leinhardt, and welcome back on the CryptoInvestar Podcast. I basically discuss about AI cryptocurrencies. Sometimes I go deeper to share my personal investment stories, to empower, to educate, to motivate, to have a discussion with people around the world. So, number one thing that I don't really do in crypto is that I don't invest when I'm too excited or when I'm too stressed. I personally believe that emotions are logical, and whether it's euphoria or panic, I've learned to pause and avoid financial decisions when my emotions are too high or too low. If something is happening in your life, maybe you've just fallen in love, or you've just had a breakup, or you want to buy something really quick and you are to panic. When you make crypto decisions, it is actually a wrong turn in most of the cases. So I always try to relax, give it time, pass through that panic or stressful moment and emotion, and then I can be able to make the right crypto decision. Because I believe when I'm too stressed or when I'm too excited, I always make the worst investment decisions, and I find myself either selling or buying or swapping anything that is really stupid and crazy, and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? So I realized that after some time, and I'm like, do you know that I sold my reserve protocol tokens out of excitement, out of panic? And right now, if you asked me why I sold them, I can't even explain, because emotions were too high and I couldn't make the right decision. So I think having the right crypto decisions when you're calm is very beneficial, and you tend to make very wise decisions. Do you know that I don't follow Twitter tweets to make decisions? Yes, I don't follow Twitter tweets to make crypto investment decisions. Personally, I believe that the noise on Twitter isn't a strategy, and I always stick to facts. I always stick to on-chain data, and also I do solid research. Not hype, not FOMO, fear for losing out, and not influencer threads. Because every influencer, everybody talking about a certain crypto or representing it, he's speaking out to trigger your emotions, to make you think differently from the reality. So he's basically feeding you what he thinks, or what he thinks will happen. Because most influencers just get into a project, they become believers, it becomes like a cult to them, so they just hype it anyhow, regardless of you who is reading what you're going to take out of it. So Twitter threads, Twitter posts, I don't really consider them for investment, but I rather listen to a podcast now, like this one, a podcast where you can engage, you can listen attentively, you can share, you really dive in deeper than just reading a simple text. So Twitter for crypto investment influence, not for me. But I tend to read articles, like really long articles, sometimes watch YouTube interviews or watch YouTube tutorials that actually have deeper insights. However, some YouTube videos also seem like marketing tools, and they are just hyping and all that. So like those videos, you will open up and they are telling you Node is going to hit $15 by 2026, and you're like, so that they are just gasping around. I think making solid research, reading a lot from the developers, from the journalists, reading something long so that you can understand deeply. That's why I always tell crypto CEOs and crypto marketing officers that invest in deep, solid journalists, people who cover in depth. Don't just pay out to Twitter influencers that just post, simple posts, and it's just a hype. Your project will just grow over a short period of time, and it will be dumped, because those kind of posts don't really grow engagement and believability. So they just hype something around, people just put your coin in their portfolio, and after time they dump it because they didn't understand it properly in the first time. They didn't understand it in depth, even in the first time. This is a little bit crazy, but I don't sell a cryptocurrency unless I've lost trust in the infrastructure. So I don't panic sell because of the market dips. And the only time I exit is if the core fundamentals of the project are being broken or compromised. There are people who venture into crypto thinking that it will make them extremely rich overnight. And after a few months, they get disappointed. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you invested in Zilka. Do you know crypto called Zilka? Zilka. There's also another crypto called VeChain. I was following them really so deeply around 2020, 2021, 2022. But do you know that it is 2025 right now, but the price is almost the same? Actually, most of this, the price has slightly dumped a little bit. So imagine that we invested in Zilka in 2020 at 0.1. And right now it is 2025. It is at 0.01. It has actually lost a decimal point. It has added on a decimal point, not actually losing. What would you be feeling right now in 2025 after 5 years of a crypto you invested in heavily, not appreciating in value? Would you sell it, or you would actually hold it? That's why it is important to trust in the infrastructure than just estimating the price growth and what you expect in the next 5 days, or in the next 5 years, or in the next 6 months, because crypto projects really disappoint when it comes to prices. Actually, the most amazing cryptos with real infrastructures do not actually grow anyhow in price. I don't know if you've seen it. When you look at Zilka, it has really been amazing. It has tested time. It has been tested by time. When you look at VeChain itself, it has been tested by time. Look at Filecoin, it has been tested by time. But when you look at their growth compared to the time they've been here, and you look at their prices, they don't they don't match at all. Look at Fetch AI. Fetch AI's energy, the marketing plans, the infrastructures, the developments that have been done on the Fetch chain, they don't match the price of Fetch AI token. but it is a legit project. So if you trust in the infrastructure, I realized that it gives you a bold reason to stay. But if you just had your own estimations according to your own calculations in your head, and it doesn't happen, you're likely to sell off and look for what you think will pump and pump and pump. But in most cases, it's not always a pump thing. It's not always a pump thing. So it's kind of tricky. And if you've been in crypto for a while, you know what I'm talking about. You're getting your little money every month or every week, and you have your own tokens that you believe in and you keep on investing in. But it has been years. They are not appreciating. And you feel like selling off and run. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. I would actually stay on. I would actually try to read more about the infrastructure that I invested in, the technology that I believed in the first time, and compare. Are they still building on the same cores that you attracted you in the first place? Or they actually lost track? Then that will help you make a decision. Chasing every new coin or hype project is a disease. It's like being married, but you want to sleep with every woman you see on the street. So you're never satisfied. I know men can relate with this because men are the most people. I think we cheat most. Yeah, we cheat most because for us, we like it's not all about love. It's about having fun and experiencing. But running after shiny new tokens is a recipe for losses. That's my thought. And I think I prefer investing in what I've studied, get to believe in, and I can hold a long term. If you decided to invest in Fetch in 2017, 2018, 2020, why are you losing out right now when everything is actually looking stable and you are now selling off your Fetch to venture into Node AI? That is just a very new crypto token. So you're selling what you've been holding for a very long period of time that is yet to kick off, and you're looking at these new tokens just because you're seeing people hashtagging them on X. Really? You're selling off Filecoin that has been here, tested by time. It is actually being completely established, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, like Monero, like Light, like Solana, like Cardano, and you're now running on two reserve protocol. So you're selling your old one for a new one. You're selling your amazing tokens, your XRP that you've been holding and believing in, because before you even invested in, you believed in it. So right now you're selling them off for a new token? Really? I don't believe in that. And I don't believe in selling your older token just because you maybe think the price is not actually appreciating the way you thought. But actually, when you keep accumulating it, it is even more safer. You're actually more safe. When you look at the price drops of different coins, new coins drop the most. And old tokens don't actually really drop that much like the new tokens on markets. So it feels like you selling your older token that you've been holding for long and venturing into a new one, you're actually likely to lose more because new tokens tend to be more volatile and they have deeper dips than new projects. And I think I've experienced that myself. And that's why I'm saying that if you decided to invest in these 7 coins in the first place 5 years, 7 years ago, don't sell. As a matter of fact, keeping accumulating is more safer for me. And that's how I've been doing it for the last 5 years in crypto. Now, what I've talked about is caused by people making financial moves without sleeping over it. Personally, I don't do that. I don't make big financial moves without sleeping over it. So no matter how good an opportunity looks, I give myself time to reflect. I give myself an overnight to have full clarity, and I think that has saved me from big regrets. There are coins that I discuss on this podcast, but I've not bought into them because maybe I don't fully trust them. I've not really got to understand why they are here, but I think they're amazing. Yes, I think when you read, when you have an overview of them, just reading through, you're like, okay, I think this is amazing. But you've not actually given it time to actually get into the depth of it. Okay? So I've talked about many coins that I've not bought. But I discuss them and I appreciate their technologies. But buying into them is something that really has to take me some good time. So making such big moves without sleeping over them can actually be a big trouble, because when you have to learn about a new cryptocurrency today, you need days to listen to podcasts, to watch YouTube videos, to read various articles, to follow the coin on various social media handles, see what they are tweeting, get to understand why they are actually here. Get to understand how serious and how technical and how professional the team behind these coins are. Otherwise, you could be venturing into a hype and a project that is being held by just mediocre developers, and you end up losing your money. In most cases, for me, it's not all about the money, but it's about the time, it's about the love, it's about the energy, it's about the hopes, because most of us venture into crypto and holding them as assets, lifetime savings assets that we can even transfer to our children. So venturing into a project anyhowly without you thinking, doing proper research is actually a big regret for me. Have you ever compared your crypto portfolio with other people's? Have you seen people on LinkedIn or Twitter? X, Twitter is all over my head. It has taken me time to actually officially call it X. But I always see people posting screenshots of what they hold. You see a person holding 600 Solana, you're like, oh my God. You see a person holding 10,000 Cardano, you're like, oh my goodness. How lucky are these people? You see a person holding 100k fetch tokens and you're like, oh my goodness, this is a future millionaire, So do you know that comparison brings anxiety? And not staying on your plan makes you more anxious, So it is actually very tricky to remain on your personal goals and not somebody else's screenshots. So you are busy comparing yourself with the screenshots you've watched online. You're like, this guy has Solana and I don't have it. This guy has this kind of token. I've even never heard about it. But he's having almost 200k US dollars in it. Oh my goodness, I should look for it. So you're making investment decisions because you've seen a person's screenshot. You're comparing your own portfolio with another person's portfolio. So you have trust issues within yourself. You don't trust your goals, you don't trust your decisions, you don't trust your capabilities, you don't trust your crypto understanding. You think other people understand crypto more than you, but you have the same head, you have the same hands, you have the same resources, you can listen, you can read, you can make your own research, but you are busy comparing yourself with what other people hold. So when you see people holding Cardano, you definitely run and buy some Cardano. When you see people holding Singularity Net, you run and buy Singularity Net. But when somebody asks you, why are you venturing into Singularity Net? You're like, okay, I think it's amazing. I think its future is bright, and you can't even explain it. So I think making your own crypto decisions and sticking to your own portfolio, what you think will be amazing, it's what you should stick on, and it's what I always stick on. I don't run from one crypto to another, reflecting on what other people are holding. Back in 2016, when I was starting out crypto, I was still a student in high school, but I was really venturing into crypto. I landed into OneCoin. In 2017, I landed into Platinum Coin, investing in my family savings with my parents, and it was really crazy. It was crazy. And I think since then I've learned, and I don't over leverage or gamble with borrowed money or with money that I cannot risk to lose. So emotions run wild when you trade with money that you can't afford to lose, And so that's why I always choose to stick to my lane and avoid leverage traps. So you cannot get your entire monthly salary and invest it into Fetch, however much you love it. You cannot get your 6 months investment and you invest it all into Reserve Protocol just because you think it will be actually amazing. It is very wrong. Personally, I think the idea of investing a percentage of your salary is what really works for me. Even if you do it for like 2 years without any rush, or a year without any rush. I've seen people who earn like $3,000, $4,000 a month, and it can be easy for them to get $400 every month. That is 10%, and invest it into a crypto. Or 4 cryptos, $100, $100, $100, $100. Divide 400 into 4 coins, or 500 into 4 coins. People who really make money, who have daily amazing paying jobs or monthly amazing paying jobs. I think that's the best structure, the best strategy, because then you have no pressure. You have no pressure if the crypto is growing. You have no pressure if the crypto is not growing. You have no pressure if it's dumping or pumping. You're simply investing in a surplus that you can put at bank or buy any other little property. So this is like your side property. I think that's really amazing. But getting half of your savings that will help you after retirement and invest it all in crypto at a go, it is crazy. That's why when you invest in little, you get to understand the project. You invest in little, you get to understand the project. You invest in little, you get to understand the project. Just imagine if you had like 7 projects and you invest in every month, you get to learn. You invest in every month, you get to learn. That's why you tend even to make decisions and you're like, you know what? No. This month, let me invest $100 in this coin. But in this one, I'm only going to put in $30 because of this and this and this. So you get to properly restructure your investment plans. I think I should also mention about making short-term losses defining you. Personally, I don't let short-term losses define me. I understand that in crypto, red days happen. Yes, they do. Red days happen. And I learned to detach my self-worth from my portfolio value and stay focused on the bigger picture. So if you think your portfolio value is the current price or the dipping price, let's say you've been holding in 10,000 US dollars and the dip is happening, you're actually getting down 7,000 US dollars or 6,000 US dollars, and now you start getting into depression, you start feeling anxious, you feel like your portfolio is going down to zero, you feel you don't have any other investment, you feel like you have the weakest investment portfolio. That is wrong, because red days will happen forever and ever and ever. See people who own Bitcoin, they still face red days and they also be like, what? You see that Bitcoin is growing like amazingly, but they also have red days. Bitcoins drop and cuts like $6,000. It drops and cuts like 5,000 US dollars. And if you're holding many Bitcoins, it is really a big push, coming in a day and you find $10,000 missing. It's really crazy. So I think you shouldn't evaluate yourself according to the portfolio worth, but evaluate yourself according to the trust that you have in those projects, because eventually they will make you proud. Don't ignore the mental and physical health because of crypto, because a strong mind and body gives you resilience in volatile markets. And I always think it's good to have proper rest and exercise, and also family time, and visit the market later. Because if you don't rest a bit of crypto, you will become insane. Now a person like me who's a crypto journalist and I have follow this and follow that and follow that, in most cases I need this kind of rest of crypto and focus on myself, focus on my hobbies, focus on my family, watch movies, watch music, go swimming, and then come refreshed. I think it's really important. I don't listen to people who never faced losses. So only those who've been through market crashes, crypto scams, and losses can really teach you resilience. I think that's really important to understand. Now, for example, personally who has faced so many crypto scams in the past, I think the crypto scams have really taught me what real crypto is, what real technologies are, how to invest, how to make the right decisions, how to stay resilient, how not to panic, how not to venture into stuff that I don't understand because of the history that I've been through. Because I've grown over time through all that dirty experience. And right now I can come here on the podcast and tell you, because I've been through it all. I've been through it all. So I really think that in crypto, emotions can bankrupt you faster than a bear market. The things that you do, your understanding, your investment plans, the way you react to the market can define you. So I think it's good to master our emotions, and we shall not just survive, but we shall thrive. Okay? So my name is Daniel. If you love this episode, please share it with a friend. I still need podcast sponsors. I still need people to sponsor this website. So if you are a CEO of a certain cryptocurrency, if you are a chief marketing officer and you're looking for partnerships, collaborations, do reach me out on my X or LinkedIn, Daniel Leinhardt. Okay, or you can actually email me at danielleinhardt1@gmail.com, or reach out on my official email, contact at CryptoInvestar.com. That's it for today. I hope this episode has given you much deeper insights about how to go at different market decisions and how to make the right crypto decisions. Let me see you very soon in the other episodes. Please do read articles on the CryptoInvestar.com website, and always be in the know. Don't follow the hype, don't follow the tweets, but make proper, deeper research, and let's all be safe while we make crypto decisions. Crypto is here to stay. Crypto is an asset. Crypto is wealth. Crypto is property. Just the way you buy land, just the way you build a house. So crypto became another investment plan. Just the way you think about buying land, just the way you think about buying into real estate, just the way you think about buying treasury bonds. So crypto has also become a very important and amazing asset, especially in this internet era. So stay focused, stay in the know, and see you very soon.
Yeah.